Morning. Well, those of you that know me know that I've been putting videos up for quite some time. Most of them have been posted to the MCRGO YouTube channel, or Michigan Coalition for Responsible Gun Owners. Well, because there are some constraints as to what I can say on that channel, mostly because the organization is geared toward a couple of specific topics: training, firearms, and legislation. And all the videos I put there are training related. Here on this channel, I'm going to be talking about a wide range of what I think are important topics. So what I'm hoping you do is, when you see these videos, share them with your non-gun toting friends so that we can spur discussion and maybe a little debate. I hope not, but it's possible. So today, I'm going to talk for a minute about what's going on down in Washington. I'm sure most or all of you are aware that we had a shutdown, and the big argument was whether or not to build a border wall. And of course, the left, dead set against it. The right appears to be in favor of primarily the White House. It doesn't really matter where you come down on the building of a barrier. What it really comes down to is an exemplary example of incredibly poor function of our government. At the end of the day, I don't think there's any American that doesn't believe that we're a sovereign nation. And like every sovereign nation, we have borders. And we have an obligation to ourselves, the citizens, to secure those borders from people who would seek entry into our country illegally. I've heard all kinds of talk about, well, they're not illegals that are coming across, or they're not criminals, or, it really depends on how you define the term. The fact is, by crossing the border illegally, you've committed a crime and therefore are a criminal. Doesn't matter if you historically have committed crimes in whatever country you came from. The minute you come into any country illegally, in other words, if I go into Canada illegally, then I've committed a crime under Canadian law. Illegal entry is a crime. That being said, then the big debate was, should the administration have posted troops along what is currently a fairly insecure border with Mexico? And all kinds of rhetoric has been thrown around about it's a violation of habeas corpus, and the president doesn't have the authority to do it, and so on and so forth. Well, if you do a cursory read of the Constitution of the United States, kind of an important document, you'll discover that not only does the president have a right to do it, he has an obligation to do it. One of his single most important responsibilities as commander-in-chief is to secure the borders of the sovereign nation called the United States. Having not done so, he would have failed as a president. So the whole debate's about noise. And if you dig around long enough, you can go on YouTube and find every single left person touting that we need more border security, from President Obama to Nancy Pelosi to Chuck Schumer to pick them. They're all guilty of, at one time or another, in the last 8 years, standing in front of a microphone and claiming we need more border security. Illegal immigration is a massive problem. They say it over and over, right up until the president took up the problem and started taking action to solve it. So what that tells me, it's political rhetoric and not a function of necessity or non-necessity. So my advice is, get out your pen and paper, get on your email, one way or another, get a hold of whoever it is you elected to represent you and remind them that they're there to represent you, and that border security is important and the bickering needs to stop. Feel free to comment below if you don't agree with anything I've said, or if you want to make any kind of an addition to what I've said. I appreciate your time, and I'll post here again soon. Thanks for stopping by.